In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a digital family calendar just like this. Now, in order to make a calendar like this, there's a few things you're going to need. You're going to need a Raspberry Pi, and you're going to need to sign up for a service called DAKboard. It's a website where you can set the calendar up like this. And then you're also going to need a TV or some sort of display. So what a Raspberry Pi is just basically a little mini computer. Very inexpensive, and there's a lot of different applications that you could use one for. In this case, we're going to load an image on here for the DAKboard calendar, and then set that up and plug this in using the HDMI port, which is right here. Connect that up to our TV, and then it's going to show all our calendar and the weather and those different things up on our display. The nice thing is DAKboard fully supports users using a Raspberry Pi to set up their own DAKboard. Now they sell DAKboard displays that is already loaded, everything's already done, all you got to do is configure it. They also sell a little box that's already loaded, and all you do is have to plug that into your screen and configure it. Now those solutions cost quite a bit more than the do-it-yourself method, but with anything, the do-it-yourself method is going to take a little more work. But by no means is it anything that is a terrible amount of work. It does not require a lot of experience in any of this stuff. Just follow through the steps that I'm giving you and you won't have any issues. But in any case, they also give instructions on their website as to how to do it, because like I said, they fully support users doing this themselves. So they go through and they tell you, you got to choose a display. You want to choose the orientation of your display and all that. And then here you choose which Raspberry Pi you want. Now here it's showing the capabilities of the different Raspberry Pis with DAKboard. Now I have a Pi 3B Plus, which works great. And I think it's like 35 or maybe 40 bucks for one of those, which really is great. I don't do anything with video. That I don't even know if you can with the free version, but I never wanted any video capability. I just wanted images and the calendar and all that. So in any case, you could use any of these models, it looks like. But I think overall, this is probably the best one for the money, because you get down to the Pi Zeros and they're going to be a little underpowered. You're going to get into the Pi 4Bs and you're going to be maybe have more power than you need, and you're going to be paying for that. So I'd stick to something around the 3B Plus. But then you basically have to load that DAKboard OS onto the Raspberry Pi, which is I'm going to go over next. Okay, so before I show you how to set up the Raspberry Pi, let's go in and see how the DAKboard user interface looks, how this looks to set up your screen. So what you can do, now this is a free app, but you can upgrade it to get additional features. So it does have limitations with the free version. I use the free version. It does everything that I need it to do. So I didn't see any reason to upgrade, but you can upgrade and get additional features if you choose to. And just go ahead and browse, and you'll learn what the different features are. And I'll talk a little bit about that too in a moment. But with the free version, in any case, you create a predefined screen. And then when you go into it, this is where you choose your layout. So the layout that I liked was the top-bottom layout. It shows the date and time and calendar on top, weather on the bottom. But there's different configurations you can do. You can have some configurations where your screen is vertical, some where it's horizontal. But this is the one that I like. And then as far as the background goes, you can go in and you can create a shared album, say in Apple Photos or other places, any of these places. And what you can do is share those photos, and then they'll cycle through as your background. In the example that I showed in the very beginning, when I was showing my system, it's the Christmas season now, so I have a bunch of Christmas images that show up. You might want to put family photos, other holidays. You can do pretty much anything you want. You just create that shared folder in the application that you use and link it here. You can come into the calendars. This is where you can decide how many days to show on the calendar, if you want agenda style, monthly, and so on. Down here is where you link the calendars. Now the free version only allows you to link 2 calendars. So if you need more than 2 calendars, you're going to have to pay a monthly fee so you can link more. But I have just 2 linked here. Date and time. Again, you just basically select how you want that to look. Weather. Now there's different weather sources. The other ones besides Open Weather, you need to have a paid subscription in order to use those other ones. So I'm just using Open Weather Map. You can have new settings. I don't really know how this works. I wasn't that interested in it. To do, if you use one of these to-do applications, you can link the to-do list to your screen. I have not done that. You can add custom messages if you want on the screen. Say it's somebody's birthday. Maybe on that day you put in here, happy birthday, George, or whoever's birthday it is. So that way when they look at the calendar, they see this little message on there, and so on. So that's just a little bit about DAKboard. I really like it. I've been using it now for quite some time. But now let's get into showing you how you set up a Raspberry Pi with DAKboard installed. So then you'll have to download the Raspberry Pi imager, and that's at the address shown here. Once you have the imager installed, you're going to want to go ahead and take your memory card, put it into one of your adapters, whatever type of adapter you're going to need for your computer, and then insert that into your computer. I would recommend at least an 8 gigabyte memory card. You could use something bigger than that, but 8 should be more than sufficient. Okay, now that you have your memory card installed into your computer and you downloaded Raspberry Pi Imager, go ahead and launch Raspberry Pi Imager. Then select the device that you're using. In my case, I have a Raspberry Pi 3. Then click Next. Now we're going to scroll down, and we have to pick the correct OS. And what we're going to select is Other Specific Purpose OS. Then we're going to scroll down to Digital Signage and Kiosks. Then DAKboard. And finally, DAKboard OS. Then click Next. Then you're going to want to select the storage device that you had installed into your computer earlier, which is this. And then Next. And then click Write Image, or Write. It's going to warn you that you can erase everything that's on the card, and you say, I understand, erase and write. And now it's going to download, and it's going to write that to the memory card. Okay, now that the write is complete, it is done writing the data to the memory card. We can go ahead and click Finish, and then we're going to log into a browser to go forward with configuring our Raspberry Pi. Now that you have the image installed onto the memory card, when you put that memory card into your Raspberry Pi, connect it up to your display, and then plug it in, once it boots up, this is the screen that you're going to see. So now let's go to our computer and finish setting this up. So now that we're at our computer, we can go and browse our Wi-Fi networks and find the DAKboard network. So let's click on that. And then it's going to ask for the password. And that was the password that was shown on our DAKboard screen. Now that we're connected to the network that was indicated, let's go to the web address that was indicated, which is 10.0.0.5. Okay, so then you come to this screen And this is where you set up your networking information. That way your Raspberry Pi can connect to your home network. And then you can update your time zone. Audio. This really doesn't pertain to me because I don't play anything with audio, so it really doesn't matter. And then this is where you can set up the orientation of your screen. If you want it landscape or portrait or landscape flipped, if for some reason your monitor is upside down because of the way you're mounting it or something, this is where you would select that. And then you'll also want to select the resolution. So you want to make sure this matches the resolution of your TV. In most cases, it would be 1920 by 1080. And here you can set up a schedule. So if you don't want this on, 24/7, if you want it to go to sleep during a certain time of the day, you can set up a schedule here to do that. And then down in the advanced settings, there's really nothing that you need to do. So then you can go ahead and click Save Changes. Now that the Raspberry Pi connected to the home network, you'll notice that your display updated and now shows this information. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to set this up as a new device over on the left. So we're going to follow these instructions. Now we're going to go do this again on the computer. All this stuff can also be done on your phone. To me, it's just a little bit easier to show you all when I'm doing it on the computer. Now log into your account at DAKboard.com. And over on the right here, you're going to want to add a display. So click on Add a Display, and then you can give it a name. I'm going to give it a name. I'm just going to call it Kitchen Calendar. And then it's going to ask for that link code, and that link code is what's showing up on your DAKboard display right now. So let me go ahead and put the link code in. And I'm going to assign it to the predefined screen. And the reason for that is, with a free account, all you can have is the predefined screen. You can't have the custom screen. So if you are paying for an account and you do all that, you can assign it to one of those if you want. And then I'll click Save. And it's linking with the device. And it says the device is added successfully. And now when you look at your display, you will see that, that it's showing your calendar and everything. So here you can see the calendar is set up on the display. It just refreshed and it just showed all that as soon as we linked it up on DAKboard.com. And there you have it. I hope this video helped. Please see the links down below, because the links down below will take you to everything that I've been talking about. Where to get the DAKboard or the Raspberry Pis, the link to DAKboard, and so on. So hopefully this works out well for you. Please leave a comment. Let me know how it worked and how you're enjoying this. And we'll talk to you next time.